Do you have a brilliant startup idea but are stuck in the launching phase? Are you feeling overwhelmed by funding, marketing, or just where to start? Don't let your startup idea stay grounded. Visit our website at eapla.com to schedule a Blue Couch meeting and launch your startup journey today.
Welcome back. I got my co-host, Matt Snyder, back with me.
Thank you, Dave.
And this is a first because we got I think this is our first academic.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. But it's not going to be, but I'll trust you, it won't be academic. So it's Dr. Mike McDaniel, LSUS Professor of Management. And I know you and I have done the pilot pitch competition together, but tell us a little bit your path, how you got to be a professor at LSUS.
Oh, gosh, that'll take the whole hour. Right, so born and raised in California, did undergrad at Cal Berkeley, then was a high school teacher, loved teaching, but didn't like disciplining other people's kids. So
there's a lot of truth in that.
That's tough to do. So I went and joined the military. I was an Air Force officer. And so I did that for 4 years active, 4 years reserve. Thought I would do that for 20 and retire, like many people do, but out of the blue, I took the GMAT for the military. Out of the blue, I got a letter from Notre Dame, and they said, "Hey, if you'd like to come here, we will pay for your MBA."
Oh, cool.
How sweet
And you just
is
don't
that?
turn that down, right? I was like, well, okay, I guess I'm leaving the military, going to Notre Dame. Where's this? I didn't even know at the time. I was like, South Bend, Indiana, what the heck's that?
Wow.
So go to Notre Dame. Moved to Texas. I was in, business-related sales management, other kinds of management roles for about 20 years. But really wanted to get back into giving back into the next generation of business leaders, and so went and got a PhD at UT Arlington, and then took the job at LSU Shreveport. So here I am.
In that transition period, you actually owned and operated multiple businesses that you built.
Yeah, I was never an owner, which is funny because I do teach entrepreneurship sometimes, and I only recently have. My wife has started a business, but I never personally have, and so. It's funny. They say that those who can't do teach.
Right.
Apparently, I'm one of them. I'm a terrible.
No, but your resume, it's pretty good.
I was always in management roles, but never owner. A couple of things we know about entrepreneurs: they have to have a level of risk tolerance that I just don't have. I'm a very risk-averse kind of person. And you got to be able to take that leap.
They have to be able to be comfortable with the risk
Yep.
and not knowing what's next.
Exactly.
Okay.
It gets harder.
If you can't do that, okay, you're going to be a very miserable person.
You're right.
Okay.
It gets harder as you get older and you get more success
Right.
too. Like
Right.
I've found
I have more to lose.
Yeah, sure,
I took
absolutely.
a lot of risks early on.
That's right. That's right.
And then it's like, if you're an entrepreneur, you want to take more risks.
Right.
But man, making yourself do it when you have kids and a house and a mortgage.
You're in the fight and you're hustling every day.
That's right.
When you are, and I respect that in entrepreneurs. But let's talk about the LSUS MBA program right now. I hear it's the largest in the country.
Yeah, and mostly, we're an online MBA, and so we have MBA students from around the world, literally around the world, in our program. We have over 5,000 students just in the MBA program.
Right.
And so it is, the numbers change a lot. We are one of the largest. I think Liberty may have a big one, Grand Canyon may have a big one, but we are the largest when it comes to AACSB accreditation, which is the highest business school accreditation
That's
you
important.
can get.
Academic accreditation.
That's right.
Sets the standard.
That's right. So we're not just a pay your money, get a degree.
Right.
We're an actual MBA program, right? And so, anyway, largest.
And I bring
in
that
the
up
country.
because I've participated in the pilot pitch competition, which you guys were the first. 7 years ago, we started a university pitch competition. LSUS was the first. Y'all stood up and said we want to do it. And we opened it up to both undergrads and grads at the same time. And I was amazed at how many graduate students that were in the MBA program said, "Hey, I want to compete in this competition."
That's right.
And it was really impressive. As a matter of fact, I saw one last year. A lot of people don't even realize this now, but for academics, we have here in Louisiana, we have the Pelican Cup, and all of the university winners and contestants, because you don't have to win it to compete, but roll up and compete at the state level for $50,000,
Big money,
which is
yeah.
a lot of money.
Yeah.
I think one of the LSUS students finished in the top 3.
Second place
Got
last year.
second place
That's
last
right.
year.
That's
That's
right.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And
$20,000, something like
yeah,
that.
he got $20,000.
Not bad.
And he's launching his effort.
It's launched. Yeah, you can go right now and go look it up and buy it.
I talked to him. I remember him from the actual pitches. I think it's a husband-wife team.
Husband-wife team is called You Do It, and it's a fitness kind of phone-based fitness thing. It's fun.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was really cool. So there are actual students that are entering these competitions, winning, and going out and taking that leap.
Yeah.
Okay, and doing it.
Actually doing it, that's right.
And it was really impressive, and I admire that. And of course, LSUS, you guys embrace this student pitch competition.
Yeah, we love it. We think it's great, and not just for business majors, right? For people from all the
Everybody.
majors. Yeah.
Everybody.
Computer science people are coming over, biology people coming over. Yeah, sure.
LSUS, it's a good time to be at LSUS right now.
We're having a good time. We really are.
Even just walking through your campus like last year and just seeing what it looks like. It's been several years.
Yeah.
It looks great. That center with the ticker tapes running through the
Right.
business.
Business Engagement Center. Yep,
that
yep,
is
yep,
so
yep.
Well, I
cool.
hope going 56-0 in baseball. We
that
got to give
doesn't
them
do
a
it.
shout out. Okay?
Shout out the baseball team.
Yeah, we
That's
got to
right.
give the baseball team a shout out. Going 56.
The U.S. Senate just signed a resolution saying congratulations on your perfect season.
I heard that team is going to get to go to the
White House. Yeah, they've been invited. Yeah.
That's never happened
incredible.
before. Okay.
It's very cool, yeah.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So when that was happening, could you feel the energy around
Absolutely.
campus?
Yeah,
And,
every game they won, it got bigger and bigger. Suddenly people were showing up to games.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, in baseball, when you're on a streak in baseball, people in baseball have a tendency not to talk about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
because
Right.
it's like if you ever been on the bench and
You
the
don't wanna
guy's
jinx it,
throwing
right?
a no-hitter. He sits way down there by himself, and the rest of the team kind of sits there and looks around, and won't even talk to him, okay?
That is right.
Well, I was afraid to go. I said, I've never been to an LSU game. If I go and they lose, it's me. Okay. So I regret the fact that I didn't go, but then I followed them. Now with technology, you can watch the games. They're being streamed. Okay. So you can watch the game. So that was really neat.
It was a cool thing because we need the parts of the community to feed into the community.
That's right.
And that was a big time to where LSU changed from just the school and Kings Highway right there job to a part of the community, and people that had never even stepped on LSUS were proud of
Rallied
LSUS.
around it. Yeah.
And how do we make that continue? How do we grow off that success?
Well, that's a great question. I wish I knew the answer. But a lot of it is just things like this, us engaging with community more. I think that'll help a lot, right?
Yeah.
We have other sports that are also doing really well. The soccer team does really well every year. And so, just the more awareness, I think, will help too.
Definitely. I'll tell you, I'm impressed with LSUS's collaboratorium.
Yeah,
Okay.
Cyber Collaboratorium, which is great. Yep,
That is quite the facility. And if you're in Northwest Louisiana and you think you want to 3D print or design something and you haven't been there, you need to go check it out.
Tell me what that is.
The Cyber Collaboratorium was an effort to get all of the innovative kind of things under one roof. And so we've got a whole suite that is just esports, right? So if you want to have an esports league or compete in national esports events, things like that, we have these super fast computers that you need for playing esports in that one room. We have the 3D printers. We actually have several. And some of them are huge. I mean, you could do ginormous 3D, printing if you want to. So if you're thinking about a new product and you need some sort of a minimum viable product, how do I get some sort of...
Which is really one of our challenges on the entrepreneurial side. Every time we get into that, people, a device, a minimum viable product will take a company a lot further than people realize.
You can show people what
You
it's really
got
going
to
to look
show
like.
something.
Yeah, sure.
So is that accessible to somebody in the community?
I believe so. I think it's open to anybody that wants to come in, and you have to pay, of course.
Right.
But, I believe it's open.
That's a huge asset.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
great.
That and that's why I bring it up, because I can't tell you how many people come into the BRF here and they say, "Well, I got this idea and I want to make this."
Yeah.
And we're like, "Well, where are you going to make it at?" "Well, I don't know how to make it."
Good question.
Yeah, and I'm saying like, ooh, that's a problem. Okay. I mean, it's not like you got to bend metal.
Right.
Sometimes you do.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
At some point, you're going to get into fabrication, but believe it or not, finding somebody to fabricate it is a lot easier than finding somebody that can actually design it for you and get an MVP made so that we can start visualizing it.
Yeah.
And demonstrate the functionality. That's the hard part. Show me the functionality of that device.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Once you do that, you'll get traction.
Yep.
And that's where you got to go. Because now you can make something, okay, and you can go out and test the market.
Yeah.
And that's something that, if you're pre-revenue, if you're not doing that, it's hard.
Right. That's right.
It's hard to do.
Yeah.
So LSUS's business students that you see, where are they from? How many of them are from Shreveport? Give me some percentages of like,
It's very
who's
different.
going to LSUS?
Yeah, it's very different on the undergrad than it is from the MBA. As I said, with the MBA, our students in the MBA program are literally around the world. But for undergrad, it's a bit different. So we do have a sizable online undergrad population in the business school. But even in the undergrad, population, we have students coming from all of northern Louisiana, certainly even other parts of Louisiana, coming up to Shreveport now. So for sure, it's drawing students from all over.
Let's just talk about, just for understanding base, students on campus. Let's take the online thing out for a minute. How many kids go to LSUS? How many people go to LSUS at a time?
Well, total right now, enrollment's about 11,000. But as I said, 5,000 of that is the MBA program. And so actual, people online, on campus actually showing up is, 1,000 or 2,000.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And out of those 2,000, how many of those are from Shreveport, Bossier?
That's a great question.
You guess. We're not holding you to it.
Nobody's chancellor.
We're not filming it. We're not filming this or anything.
You all got bosses.
It's not
Okay?
like
I don't
we're
care
posting
who
it
you are. You
for
got
all
a
the
boss.
world to see.
He'll be
just trying to get a rough feeling about the
on
school,
the
yes?
numbers. Next time.
Let me refer you to the chancellor's office.
Okay,
How about
cool.
that?
That's a good. That's a
But
good.
we're
I'll
getting
tell you what,
out-of-town people
I
to
got
come to
I got
LSUS.
another question
it's
about
true.
business education.
What's that?
Okay. When I went to school, everybody was focused on that job. When the academic setting was getting your degree and getting a job in a firm doing this. All right. In our space now, in the entrepreneurial space, okay, that's not necessarily the focus. I mean, universities and schools get graded on how many people graduate and what your placement is. And if you've got 100% placement, that's what you want. If you go in to an academic setting, you get a degree and you go out and launch a business, does that count towards your placement? It seems to me that is not, entrepreneurship is not always number one at an academic institution.
And it's not. I mean, there are universities that are famous for their entrepreneurship programs, right?
Right.
And
if we all wanted to go to MIT, okay,
Stanford,
or Stanford,
sure,
okay,
they have great programs, right? And we're not one of them. We're not one of those places that people talk about, the top 10 entrepreneurship programs. We're not there. And part of it is just participation. We have a really tough time helping students understand what entrepreneurship really is. They have a misunderstanding. They think
Entrepreneurs don't know what entrepreneurship
what it
is.
is. That's right. Yeah, and so they think, oh, I have to invent something, or I have to be the next, big unicorn.
Right.
Right. That is not the case. The barbershop down the street, that's an entrepreneur. The restaurant owner, the food truck, that's an entrepreneur. Those are entrepreneurs. Right.
They are, absolutely.
Yeah, and so I don't know if you want to talk about the research, but one of the articles I wrote was talking about how entrepreneurship has positive social spillover effects. So it's not just the economic benefit to a community. We have found in our research that it actually it does things like lower homicide rates. Why? Because people have...
You're too damn busy running the business to go kill people.
It is about that, but it's also about a sense of hope, right? So you can feel the difference between an entrepreneurial city and a stagnant city with like crushed windows and boarded up windows and
Right. But I did want to get in that, and that's why I was trying to get us down that path.
Yeah.
You've done a lot of research. You're looking at that. What is the path of entrepreneurship? I mean, what's your research telling you?
Couple of things. One is we're finding that, like I said, it has greater social spillover effects than just the economic benefit. And so the other part of it, though, is the entrepreneurial ecosystem, which you guys are doing a great job of trying to wrangle all of the different pieces that have to be in it. There's different definitions of what that ecosystem includes, but most of the big three, it's always education, entrepreneurship education. That's K-12, but also, college entrepreneurship education. The financial vehicles, the banks have to be involved, the grants and all those kinds of things, right? And then the incubators. If you can have those three things and they're working well together, then your city has a better chance of inspiring entrepreneurship, which then in turn, like I said, will do things like reduce homicide rates, violent crime rates, a lot of those things beyond just the economic benefit.
You do see, if you're in a room, and I'm in a lot of them, you see people gravitate to the entrepreneurs.
Sure.
People are sitting in their day-to-day job, and
it's exciting.
The entrepreneurs are the light of the room.
Generally,
those conversations are more fun, are more risky, are really scary to most normal people.
Yeah, it's new and exciting versus you talk to somebody, hey, what do you do for a living? I'm a tax accountant. All right, good. Next conversation.
You're looking for somebody in that room.
Okay,
I'm not talking to him.
I'm over there.
But I'm going to tell you, I've been in the accelerator business at the BRF now for 12 years. And when we got started in this, it was Cohab, and that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only place, and I remember reading this strategic plan and talking to the banks. Banks are like, oh, I'm not taking that risk.
Right.
Okay. I think you're onto something. I think you're right. I can tell, I'll even throw their name out there.
Oh.
I'll throw the bank names out there that are coming to me and asking me, how do I help you?
That's a huge difference.
That's a big difference in 12 years.
Banks used to be the entrepreneur. If you were in a circle of entrepreneurs and you said a bank, it wasn't going to be real popular.
Nobody was going to a bank.
I got to show you a business plan this big before you talk to me.
That's right. They wanted this. Okay? Now, and that's good, because what I tell entrepreneurs is, I said, look, if you're going to talk to that bank, don't you dare go talk to that bank until you get this done and you understand this, because he's going to ask you for it. And if you have it, and it's right, and you give it to the bank, you're one step closer.
There you go.
You may not get it.
Right.
Okay, you may not meet their risk profile, but you're one step closer, and he's going to find a way. Because I had a banker here yesterday tell me about a lending program I knew nothing about, and I'll throw that it was Origin Bank. Okay.
Sponsor?
Yeah. Starting next week.
Okay, I just love the Origin Bank guys, okay, just as much as I love the Bonvenue Bank guys. Okay.
Oh, now he's going to.
All right, I gotta
all
go.
The banks.
I love all banks, okay, progressive. I'm going to hear about this.
You are
I'm going to hear about this, okay, but it's a different conversation. Back to my point. It's a different conversation today with banks than it was 12 years ago.
Big time.
Okay, very different. And service organizations that, I'm going to tell you, 12 years ago, if you look through even the city of Shreveport's plans and what they were doing, the word entrepreneurship, you might see small business, but you didn't see entrepreneurship. Now, go look at that document that they just put out. And I'm sorry, I'm having a senior moment. I can't recall the document, but it's in there.
We talk about this. We haven't talked about it in a while, but I opened my business 11 and a half years ago. Knew nothing about how to open a business. I looked it up, and I drove around to all the places that were supposed to tell you how to open up a business. And all they did was they kept sending me to somebody else. And so when we met, I was like, Dave, I'm so excited that you're doing this and EAP exists, because my opening of my business was clunky, and I made a lot of mistakes, and was really hard because I didn't find those. And I believe you, Dave, I think there's way more assets now.
I think there way are. I think your research is really, in the right spot there for us. And I hope, are you going to publish it?
It's already published. It's in the Journal of Business Venturing Insights, JBVI.
Okay.
How do we see it? What's the
Where-
easiest way
well,
to
we need to
find
help
it?
you get that out.
Google Scholar. Just go to Google Scholar and put my name in there, and you'll see the things I've published, and you can click it and read it.
I love it.
Great.
Yeah, this has been great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This has been really
Thanks,
cool.
man.
Hey, you bet. Thanks
This
for
is
having me.
great.
Yeah,
Thanks.
thank you so
You
much.
bet. Thanks a
man.
lot.
Enjoy the podcast? We would love your feedback about today's show and who you think should be our next guest. Send us an email at info@eapla.com. Also, be sure to share the show and leave a comment on our social media post.